I wanted to make a video for you today. It's been a little while. I wanted to talk about the compound effect. This is a book that I had just finished reading a couple weeks ago, and it gave me some really good insight about success and how a lot of times that we think success is kind of an overnight thing, and some people achieve success and just some don't. And that's not the case. There's a lot that goes in behind the scenes of success that we don't see on a daily basis. So when you are sitting there comparing yourself to another leader on somebody else's team, or even your upline saying like, why are they having so much more success than I am, and we're doing the same thing, you have, for one, no idea what they're doing behind the scenes that you're not doing, and you don't understand what the small efforts on a daily basis that they're doing that are going to add up to their long-term success versus what you're not doing on a daily basis. And this compound effect kind of talks about how you really need to figure out your why, you need to figure out a goal, and you need to go for it, and you need to every day do something for your business or for yourself that's going to help you get closer to that goal. A lot of times that we think that little things don't add up, when it's the little things that add up to the big things. And I kind of marked a key points in the book that I kind of wanted to go over with you guys and kind of touch base on how the little things really add up to the big things, and you can't take the little things for granted. And you can't not do the little things, because then you're not going to receive the big reward that you're looking for at the end of the journey. So I kind of want to talk about a couple graphs that in the book that are good visuals. Like I said before in other videos, I'm a very visual person. Anytime I read a good book, I'm going to bring that information to you. Knowledge is power, and leaders are readers. So I strongly believe in personal development, and if you want to become a good leader, you're going to read books. I try to read a book a week. It doesn't always happen, but that's my goal. So a lot of us think that a $4 Starbucks cup of coffee is not going to add up. And a lot of us maybe like want to buy a house, want to buy a car, and we look at our spending habits like, oh, $4 here, $4 there is not going to add up. So I kind of want to show you this graph, and it kind of talks about what a $4 coffee compounded over the course of time would add up to. So it says the real cost of a $4 coffee habit per day over the course of 20 years is $51,833.79. And that's the power of the compound effect. So if you can see right here, it's going to say that your habit of your $4 coffee a day over the course of 20 years is going to add up to almost $60,000. That is insane. So imagine putting just $4 a day away into a savings account, and that could be your, with plus added interest. That is just crazy. This graph blew my mind. Like, we all think like, oh, a few dollars here, a few dollars there does not add up, when it really, really, really does add up over the course of time. So that was just kind of one of the graphs. And another graph that was a really good point is kind of talking about pro golfers. And Tiger Woods, for instance. Tiger Woods came out of what people thought was nowhere. And like, oh my gosh, this rookie just made #1 in the PGA golf tournament, blah, blah, blah. He's an overnight sensation. And Tiger Woods was used as an overnight sensation a lot, when the fact and the reality was that he was working 18 hours a day for the course of 6 to 7 years practicing before he ever made that first tournament to win the championship. And all he got praised for was this overnight success, and not the 7 years prior to practice 18 hours a day that he put into being able to get that recognition, overnight recognition, basically. But no one sees the 7 years and dedication that it took him before that tournament to get all that praise. And if you look at this graph right here, it's saying that Tiger Woods is the #1 golfer who averages a score of 68.1, and he's #1. Number 10 is Scott Verplank, and he averages a score of 70, which is not that far from the 68.1 that Tiger Woods. So the difference between the #1 ranked golfer and the #10 golfer is only an average of 1.9 strokes, but the difference in prize money is 5 times the amount. That is the power of the compound effect. Do you think if this Scott Woods practiced an hour a day more than Tiger Woods? Do you think he'd be earning 5 times the money as Tiger Woods? I mean, that's less than 2.0 stroke difference. That's insane to me. And that's the power of the compound effect. There's going to be no one that's going to out-practice Tiger Woods because he's the best at what he does, but it's hard work and it's consistency that's going to pay off in the championship when it matters. So that's just another graph that I was really took me by surprise. And so here's another graph that I want to talk about. And this is all the compound effect. This is all daily habits add up to the bigger reward. So I want you to think of when you're working your business every day, you're posting every single day. And if you go one day without posting, you're not working your business and you're not going to get the compound effect. It's going to take you that much longer for those small efforts to add up to that bigger reward. So I want you to know when you're posting every day, it might not be for the payoff now, but it's going to pay off 3 months from now, 6 months from now, 9 months from now, 12 months from now. People are watching you. They're waiting for you to fail. They're waiting for your success. They want to see what's going on. And the minute that you go a day without posting, it's showing them that I don't care enough about my business to post about it. Whether you're commenting, whether you're liking, whether you're doing anything, all you're knowing is you're going through the motions, you're working your business, and these small efforts is what's going to add up to the bigger picture. So I want to show you this graph right here, and it's talking about an airplane that's leaving Los Angeles. And they have a course that they need to stay on. And if they just change off course by 1%, just 1% off their course, 1% to the right, 1% to the left, it doesn't matter. If they change direction 1%, look at where they can end up over the course of the trip. So if they want to end up in New York over here, is it New York? Yes, New York. And they go off 1%, they can either end up in Delaware, which is down here, or they can end up in Alabama, whatever that, up here. By just changing the course of the plane direction by 1%. By 1%. So if you go off course, but just by not posting one day, you are changing the direction of your airplane. So if you have a goal in mind of diamond, let's say, and you're going a day without posting, that's changing your direction to 1%. That's going, and if you go 2 days, that's 2%, 3 days, 4%. Like, I mean, it just adds up. And I see so many of you guys not posting every single day. And I just don't understand why. That's free advertisement for your business. It's compounding, I can't talk, I'm sorry, over the course of a time. And you guys don't understand how huge that's going to be in your business in the next couple months. If you are not doing the daily habits every single day, you can't expect your business to grow. People are going to forget about you. You need to be in their face every single day for anybody to take you serious. And just by not posting or not doing something to grow your business by one day, you're going off course by that much. Like, that's huge, you guys. Huge. Post. It's free advertisement. Why are you not posting? Another graph that I love. Finding your why and making sure your why is powerful enough. If there was a building on fire and somebody said, and there was a plank that was like 150 stories in the air, and someone asked you to go across from building A to building B because the building was on fire, you would say, hell no. Like, you would laugh in their face like, I'm not going 150 stories in the air across a plank into a burning building. But if somebody told you that your babies were in this burning building and you need to cross this plank at the very top, you're going to run across that plank to get your babies out of that burning building without even thinking twice about it. Because you have a why that is strong enough to get your butt across that plank into the burning building. So unless your why in this business is strong enough to run across a plank that's 150 feet in the air into a burning building, you're not gonna succeed because your why is not strong enough. What is going to make you run into that burning building? What is it? And that's something you got to think about. Is my why strong enough that it's going to take me from the ground up to the top and run into this burning building? Something you got to think about. Now, what's going to happen, and what the amazing thing about the compound effect, which is what we're talking about, is that these small daily efforts add up to big momentum. And what happens is you have momentum. And it's kind of like this, what is it? I can't even think of the name of the thing. I can't even see where it says. Oh my gosh, what is this thing called? Now I'm like spacing right now. Anyways, your elementary school playground. I can't even think of what it is. I don't know, but you guys know what I'm talking about. So when you're in elementary school and it's playtime, you have all your friends on the big wheel and you're giving it all your effort. You're on the side of the thing running and running and running. And that's your daily effort, is you're going to be running and running and running. And eventually you're going to have enough speed and enough momentum that you're going to be able to jump on the ride and enjoy the ride yourself. But had you not done the little effort and the running round and round and round, you would have never gained momentum to be able to jump on and enjoy the ride. I keep wanting to call it a Ferris wheel, and I know it's not that. I don't know, I can't think right now, but I don't know. I lost my train of thought. But basically the compound effect is just talking about the small efforts that add up over a course of a time. And if you go one day without posting, one day without talking about your business, one day without being excited, people are going to forget about you. They're going to forget about what you're doing. And the worst thing you can do for your business is have somebody ask you, hey girl, are you still doing that crazy wrap thing? Oh my gosh. If somebody's asking you, are you still doing that? You have a problem. You never, ever, ever want someone to ask you, are you still doing that business or whatever you're doing? Because then that shows that you're not doing the compound effect and you're not going to have those small daily habits that are going to add up to the big reward and those big paychecks that come with the higher leadership ranks. So you really need to think about, are you doing small things every day that are going to add up to the big things? Or are you just sitting back hoping and praying that someone's going to join your team without putting the effort or the work into it? Success does not happen overnight. Despite what you think, despite what everybody says, it's the small daily efforts that add up over the course of time. So if you have any questions, this is the book. Highly, highly, highly recommend it. Such a great book. I could go on. I mean, there's so many good things. I can go on forever, but I just kind of wanted to make this short. I'm going to go on Periscope live at 7 p.m. tonight Pacific time. So get on there and ask me your questions, okay? Talk to you later. Bye.